Hello, I'm Michael, and behind the camera is Ellie. We are the Bill Paying Hobbyists, using our hobbies and skill sets to pay off our debt and save up for a down payment on a house. A few weeks ago, we refurbished a table saw, a planer, and a compound miter saw. We needed a convenient and compact platform for the planer and chop saw. You know us, spend as little as possible and use what we have. We were able to acquire some pieces of an old swing set. Thanks, Dad. So, follow along as we show you how to repurpose wood for your shop and maybe save you a little money too. Let's get to it. I'm gonna make a new stand for my chop saw and my planer because this stand needs to go back to its original owner. So I have a bunch of pieces from a playground swing set that we're gonna chop up, glue it all together, screw it all together, and make a nice sturdy stand for it. Basically what I'm gonna do is the planer is actually gonna go down on the second shelf down here because I don't really need to be standing at it to make it work. And the chop saw is gonna go on top. So let's get to it. If you're ever ready to build a stand for your equipment, follow along. This is going to be a basic stand. I'm not going way out of proportions and adding all these extra stuff that's going to turn and fold up and fold out. I am going to add some extensions on the side for my chop saw so that I can get a little bit more than just the bed of the chop saw. That's the only thing that's going to kind of fold out when I'm done. Follow along and I'll show you what I'm doing. First, these posts are 3 1/4, so I'm going to cut them in half roughly, so it'll be about 1.5 inches. These will be my legs. I'll get 4 out of this and that'll be the legs, and then I'll cut these down and I'll have my runners for my shelves. These in the back will be my shelves, and I'm going to use these thicker pieces that are 1 1/4 for my extensions on the side. There'll be some cutting, some ripping. I'm not going to use a planer. I'm just going to do all that, screw it together, and one step at a time.
Is cedar harder than pine?
Cedar is a soft wood. It's lighter, softer than pine. I figured if they were able to use it for a play set and it's out in the weather and I glue it together and I use the screws that I'm using, because I'm not just getting normal wood screws. I got,
Oh, no, why would you?
no, why would I? I got some Power Pro multi-material washer head screws. I got a nice big fat washer on them, so that will help stabilize them a little bit more, and they're 2.5 inches long.
Between Grandpa.
Oh yeah, Grandpa. Oh, was it from Grandpa? It was Grandpa. It is a gift card from Grandpa for Christmas. We're just now using it. So between the glue and these screws, it should be nice and sturdy. First thing I need to do is get my blade tall enough to rip down these 3 1/4 inch boards. Now I have my 4 legs, supports for the chop saw and supports for the planer. Now I need to screw this all together, make sure they're the right length. I'll have to use a chop saw. So I'm going to square off the end, one end of each of them. So I have my legs, and since they already have naturally rounded corners, that's how I'm going to put it together. I'm going to put the rounded ends on the outside, just like that. And let's do the long side first. This will be a long side. I want the rounded up. Doesn't matter which way I do it, so I'll do it this way for me. That'll be my top. And then this will be for the bottom. Whatever height I needed, it's actually going to be way down here. Huh?
Let's get to a snack because it's 1,500.
Oh, let's do a snack. Let's do a snack. What do you want to do for a snack? 27 13/16. Gonna cut 4 of them at that length. So top's on. Evidently the recorder stopped and I didn't know it.
Looking like a work table.
Ta-da! I'll just put these tight and then I will spread these out just a little bit, have a little gap in there, which is fine because the planer goes here and you want space for all that dust and stuff to fall out. Now it's time to get it sanded. So here's what we do. Put glue here, and then we put this on here, put the wheel in place, and then these 2 screws will hold the wheel and go into the leg at the same time to hold that on there, and then the other 2 screws will go through here. They'll probably stick out, and they will. I can cut those off with the Dremel. Next step, mount the saw. All right, so now I need to come up with a way to make 3 feet of this be here. How would you do it? The stand is finished. We made it this way so it will save space. Planer stand down there, I don't use it that often. Get it down out of the way and I can still use it where it's at. Chop saw's up top, that's the one I'm gonna be using the most now that I'm finally done with it. I'm not gonna give you the dimensions on the pieces that I cut because I made it for me. You should make yours for you. I can tell you what I used. I used 4x4s. This is all cedar that I ripped down to 1.5 inches. These are planks that they're 5 1/4 by almost, they're in between 7/8 of an inch. It depends on which one you grab. And then for my extensions, these are 1 1/4 inch boards. And I just made it what fits my shop, what fits my tools, and that's what you should do for you. I had to add the extra planks on the bottom for the wheels because the wheels were wider than my legs. So you keep that in mind when you're doing yours. For my extensions, I needed something to go out longer. I mean, you can't just use this because if I want to cut a 2x6 that's 80 inches long, I'm gonna be fighting trying to keep this level while it's going across. So let me show you how they work. I made mine with what I had and what was easiest for me. For holding my tools, I just drill a hole here, 2 screws, that hole is for this, 1 screw there, I can hang it, it's out of my way, really easy. For the extension, I put a dowel that's 3 inches long by roughly 3/8, it's a little bit smaller, and it basically will hold. It must have, ooh, there we go. It holds it like that. And then I slide it into place. I made it nice and tight so that there's pressure here to keep it flat. I want it that way. That's just the way I want it. You can make yours however you want. There's my extension. Put the other side on, same way. Now I can cut. Now I don't have to hold it and sit here and try to fight it to try to hold it on there. Hey, buddy. Oh, yeah. All right, it's numbers time. For tools and supplies, I had all the tools that I needed, and I had the glue. I did have to buy the screws, the 2.5 inch screws and the 1 5/8 screws. The total costs on that were $14. Materials and time, I'm not gonna count my time because I needed this and I enjoyed making it. The material I got for free, it was an old swing set someone tore down and they were just throwing it away. So that was all free. We looked up online, and to get a stand without wheels on it, just a regular stand for one tool, was $60. And then I found one that's made by Jet where it has a flip top, so I could put the saw here and then mount the planer on the bottom, and then when you need it you can flip it over. You've seen those, their videos are out there everywhere. And it was $250 and another $17 for the wheels. Based on what I have here, and I have both tools with wheels, I'm gonna go with $270. I spent $14. That's a savings of $256. I call that a win, even though I had to spend $14 for screws. Again, wait a minute, no. The $14, that was free. That was a gift from Grandpa for Christmas. So we just saved ourselves $270 by doing this ourselves. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you had a good time. Oliver said, I'm out because it's too hot. He wants his fan back. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, it's so exciting. Yeah. Daddy saved $270. You know what? That's $270 for your food. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're such a good boy. Yeah. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Maybe you can do this for your shop if you are limited on space, limited on funds. We'll see you on the next one.
Shop dog in the studio, taking a little nap with his pillow.
Want a microphone?